Japanese mackerel, Scoma japonicus, also known as sori, is a fish with high economic value and plays an important role in the fisheries industry in Japan as well as many other countries. This fish lives mainly in the coastal waters of the Pacific Ocean. From Japan, China to the east coast of North America, the outstanding features of Japanese mackerel are their long, slender body, sharp dorsal fin and sparkling silver scales that help them adapt well to rough sea environments. Japanese mackerel is known not only for its delicious taste but also for its high content of omega-3, protein and other essential nutrients, which are very good for health. It is also an important ingredient in Japanese cuisine, especially in sushi, sashimi, and many other traditional dishes. With its unique nutritional properties and flavor, Japanese mackerel is increasingly popular and consumed strongly worldwide. Scoma japonicus fishing is an important part of the Japanese fishery, and is usually carried out by professional fishing fleets on the high seas. Fishermen use a variety of methods to catch Scoma japonicus, but the most common are purse seine and trawl nets, which allow large numbers of fish to be caught at once. The fishing season for Scoma japonicus is mainly in the fall and winter. When the fish gather in large schools for spawning and migration, the main fishing area is in the eastern Pacific Ocean, including the coastal areas of Japan and neighboring sea areas. Scoma japonicus usually live in the midwater layer, moving close to shore at night and going deep into the ocean during the day. Purse net. This is the most common method of fishing for Scoma japonicus. Especially in Japan, fishermen use a circular or semicircular net to encircle the school of fish. After encircling the net, it is pulled up, capturing all the mackerel within its range. This method is effective when fishing large schools of fish. Trawl nets. This method involves a boat pulling a net through the waters where mackerel congregate. The nets are large and designed to harvest fish from the midwater layer where mackerel live. This method is effective for catching large numbers of fish, especially when fishermen need to catch mackerel quickly and in unison. Gill nets. Another commonly used method is the gill net, a passive net placed in the water to trap fish as they pass through. The gill net can be placed in various locations, and the mackerel will be caught in the net as they attempt to swim through. This method is often used in smaller scale fishing. After the mackerel is caught, onboard storage is important to maintain the quality of the fish. On large fishing vessels, the mackerel is often frozen immediately or stored in cold holds to ensure freshness when it arrives at port. Some modern vessels are also equipped with seawater cooling (RSW) systems, which keep the fish at the ideal temperature during long fishing periods at sea. Because Japanese mackerel is a migratory and abundant fish, but also under pressure from overfishing, governments and international organizations have established strict regulations on catch quotas and fishing periods. In Japan, the management of Japanese mackerel resources is closely monitored to ensure the sustainability and recovery of fish populations. Japanese mackerel plays a huge role in the fisheries economy, not only in Japan but also around the world. Mackerel is exported to many international markets and is also an important raw material in the seafood processing industry. Many processed products from Japanese mackerel, such as dried, frozen, or canned fish, have become popular commodities in the global market. Japanese mackerel fishing is not only a long-standing tradition, but also an important part of the culture and life of fishermen in coastal areas. Especially in Japan, trawl nets are one of the most popular commercial methods in the fishing industry. Especially when large volumes of fish are harvested in each trip, the use of trawl nets is capable of bringing in hundreds of tons of fish per trip, thanks to the efficiency and large scale of modern nets and boats. A trawl net is a large net attached to the stern of a fishing boat, which can be pulled through the water. From shallow to deep water, the net is usually funnel-shaped, with a wide opening and a tapered tail to collect fish. Before deploying the net, the captain and crew often carefully study the fishing area, using detection equipment such as radar, sonar, and fish finders to determine the concentration of large schools of fish. (4.685-5.00). In particular, schools of fish such as mackerel, tuna, or other midwater fish are often targeted by commercial fishing trips. Once an area with a large fish population is identified, the vessel will begin the process of deploying the trawl. The trawl net is dropped into the sea, extended behind the stern of the vessel, and slowly sinks to the exact water level where the fish are concentrated. After dropping the net, the vessel begins to move slowly at a speed of about 2 to 4 knots, dragging the net through the fishing area. The towing process can last from a few hours to a whole day, depending on the size of the net, the number of fish in the area, and the target yield to be achieved. As the net is pulled through, the opening of the net will capture the fish in its path, thanks to the funnel structure. The fish will be pushed towards the tail of the net and trapped at the end of the net. After pulling for a sufficient amount of time, or when it is determined that the net contains the optimal amount of fish, the retrieval process will begin. The nets are hauled onto the ship using modern, high-powered net reeling systems, and the fish are herded into the ship's hold. Larger fishing vessels can haul hundreds of tons of fish per trip. Commercial trawlers are often equipped with giant nets, with openings that can be 30 to 100 meters wide. A fishing trip can last from several days to several weeks, with the goal of harvesting enough to maximize profits and minimize fuel costs and operating time. Common fish species caught by this method include mackerel, tuna, pollock, herring, and many other midwater species. Rich waters, hundreds of tons of fish can be caught per trip. Immediately after harvest, the fish are transferred directly to freezers or cold storage systems on board to maintain freshness. Some large vessels are equipped with seawater chilling systems, RSW, which keep the water temperature at 0 to 2 degrees Celsius, helping to preserve fresh fish for a long time without reducing quality. For long trips, fish can be frozen immediately on board using quick freezing systems, helping to retain the fish's nutritional value and ensure that the product meets standards when it arrives at port or is exported. Modern commercial trawlers are equipped with many supporting technologies such as sonar, GPS, and automatic net control systems, helping to increase fishing efficiency and minimize the time the net has no products. In addition, to protect aquatic resources, some trawlers also use nets with large meshes, which help to minimize the accidental capture of fish that have not reached the size of the catch or unwanted species. Although the trawling method brings high yields, it also faces many challenges related to the protection of aquatic resources. If not properly managed, overfishing can deplete fish populations and damage the marine environment. To address this issue, many countries and international organizations have established fishing quotas, no fishing zones, and required the use of environmentally friendly netting technology to minimize negative impacts. Thanks to the trawling method and large-scale commercial fishing, the seafood industry can supply large volumes of quality marine fish products to the global market, contributing significantly to the marine food supply and creating jobs for thousands of fishermen around the world. The process of processing Japanese mackerel in the factory is a complex and professional process, ensuring the maintenance of product quality from raw materials to finished products. This process includes many different steps, from receiving raw materials, cleaning, cutting, processing to packaging and preservation. Here are the basic steps in the Japanese mackerel processing process at the factory. Receiving fresh fish. Japanese mackerel is usually delivered to the processing factory immediately after harvest. To ensure quality, factories usually only receive fish from vessels with standard preservation systems, such as quick freezing or storage in cold seawater, RSW. Quality inspection. Fish are thoroughly inspected before entering the processing process. Inspection criteria include freshness, size, color, and taste. Fish that do not meet the standards will be discarded or put into other less demanding processing processes. Fish washing. After being received, the mackerel will be washed to remove dirt, microorganisms, and impurities on the surface. Some factories use automatic washing systems to ensure efficiency and hygiene. Internal removal. The mackerel will be passed through automatic machines to remove the internal organs. This process involves cutting open the fish's belly, removing the intestines and other internal organs, leaving the fish's flesh clean. Some factories also use viscera scanning machines to ensure that no foreign matter remains inside. Fish cutting. After cleaning, the mackerel will be fed into a cutting system to remove the meat. This process can include cutting the fish into fillets or smaller pieces of fish depending on the market requirements. Factories often have automatic or semi-automatic lines with high-tech cutting knives to ensure uniformity and accuracy in the size of the product. Deboning. Some products require complete deboning, and this is done through bone removal machines. Automatic bone removal machines will help separate small bones from the fish meat without damaging the structure of the product. Marinating and heat treatment. After cutting, the fish can be marinated with spices to enhance the flavor. Some products such as salted mackerel, smoked mackerel, or mackerel marinated in fish sauce will go through a marinating process in large tanks before being heat treated or dried. Grilling, smoking. For some products such as smoked mackerel, the process will include putting the fish in a smoking chamber for heat treatment, creating a product with a characteristic flavor and longer preservation time. Canning. If the fish is processed into canned fish products, they will go through a steaming or frying process, then canned with sauce, cooking oil or brine. After being sealed, the can will be sterilized through a high temperature process to ensure food safety. Quick freezing. For fresh mackerel products or mackerel fillets, after being cut and filtered, the fish will be put into a quick freezing system, IQF, individual quick freezing, to preserve freshness. This process helps the fish to be frozen immediately, retaining its nutritional value and not losing water. Vacuum packaging. After freezing, the mackerel product will be vacuum packed to protect against bacteria and oxygen, extending the preservation time. Some products are also packaged using shrink wrapping to keep the product from deforming. Crating. After packaging, the products are arranged in large cartons or storage boxes for shipping. This process also includes printing labels, barcodes, and necessary information such as expiration dates, origin, and storage instructions. Food safety inspection. Before leaving the factory, each batch must undergo final quality inspection steps. Inspection criteria include freshness, color, salt content, microorganisms, and other factors related to food safety. Microbiological testing. Some product samples will be sent to the laboratory to test for microbial levels. Ensuring that the product does not contain harmful bacteria such as Salmonella or E. coli. After completing all the inspection steps, the products will be stored in cold storage at temperatures from -18 degrees Celsius to -30 degrees Celsius before being transported to distributors, supermarkets, or exported to international markets. The process of processing Japanese mackerel in the factory requires precision, hygiene and compliance with strict food safety standards to ensure that the products delivered to consumers are always fresh. Safe and of the highest quality. Quality Management System, HACCP. Japanese mackerel processing factories often comply with HACCP, hazard analysis and critical control points, standards. A preventive management process to ensure food safety. HACCP includes identifying potential hazards at each stage of processing and implementing control measures to minimize risks. This helps prevent contamination, protect consumer health and ensure products meet international standards. ISO certification. In addition, factories often apply for ISO certifications such as ISO 22000 for food safety management systems or ISO 9001 for general quality management. This ensures that each mackerel product is processed according to standardized processes and meets strict requirements from domestic and foreign markets. Random inspection. During the production process, random inspections are carried out to assess product quality at each stage, from raw materials to finished products. Each step has an automatic and manual monitoring system to ensure that no errors affect the final quality of the product. Using sustainable raw materials, the Japanese mackerel processing industry is also facing the challenge of protecting the environment and marine resources. To maintain fish populations, processing plants work closely with fishermen, fishing authorities and environmental protection organizations to ensure that tuna are harvested from sustainably regenerating waters. Avoiding overfishing, wastewater and solid waste treatment. During processing, large amounts of wastewater and waste from inedible parts of the fish, such as bones, skin, viscera, are treated. Many modern plants use advanced waste treatment and recycling systems to minimize their environmental impact. Wastewater is filtered and treated to remove pollutants before being discharged into the environment, while solid waste is recycled or used as animal feed, organic fertilizer or biofuel. Carbon reduction. Some Japanese mackerel processing plants also apply advanced technology and measures to reduce carbon emissions and save energy. The use of renewable energy and energy-saving operating procedures help reduce the environmental impact of processing. Domestic and international markets. After processing, Japanese mackerel products are not only consumed domestically but also exported to many countries around the world. International markets, including Europe, North America, and Asia, all have high demand for Japanese mackerel due to its high nutritional value, delicious taste and superior quality. Japanese mackerel products are often sold in many forms such as fresh frozen fillets, smoked mackerel, or canned mackerel. New product development. To meet the diverse needs of the market, processing factories regularly research and develop new products, from ready-to-eat mackerel for restaurants and eateries to convenient products for busy consumers. The trend of consuming convenient and fast food is promoting the development of Japanese mackerel products such as pre-packaged mackerel, mackerel in sauce or ready-to-eat mackerel, cold transport after being processed and packaged. Japanese mackerel will be stored in cold storage and transported to markets by truck or refrigerated container systems. The transportation process must always comply with strict temperature preservation standards to ensure that the product retains its freshness and quality when it reaches consumers. Supply chain tracking. To ensure transparency and food safety, a supply chain tracking system is deployed. Each batch of Japanese mackerel has a code for easy traceability from the stages of catching, processing to transportation. This helps consumers trust in product quality and protects brand reputation. With the continuous development of technology and increasing awareness of environmental protection, the Japanese mackerel processing industry is gradually moving towards a more